And now for our last story of the episode, guys, and also Tristan as well. Hi, Tristan. How you doing? Last story of the. It's like sometimes I'm like Tristan's here too. Everybody.
It's
I'm tired.
again.
Well, oh, it's morphin time again. Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Your
Let's
your mic cut out because you. It's funny. The mic is like, please. It's like 3 a.m. Calm down. Anyway, so what are we
my
talking about today? What's going on, Tristan?
let's do the mighty morph again.
Nope, that is so wrong, yet so right. Shout Factory is announcing that they're doing a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 25th anniversary Steelbook.
And
Now,
Matt's pants.
not as much as you think, but kind of, yeah. Well, here's the reason why. I don't own Power Rangers DVDs other than maybe like one DVD of Power Rangers Turbo, the movie. I have a few different VHS tapes of Power Rangers, but I don't own any Power Rangers DVDs. I own Sentai DVDs, which, by the way, Tristan,
Sorry.
the reason why I was praising Shout Factory before we started this podcast, before this, this part of the podcast, is because of the fact that Shout Factory is also the ones that are releasing. They're the company that's releasing Sentai in English.
Right.
So they're not just releasing Power Rangers; they're also releasing Sentai, which is awesome. So good on them for that. And we'll talk about. I know this is going to be some interesting Sentai news. I think coming up probably on next week's show that we'll talk about. But anyway, so talking about this though in particular, so I don't own any Power Rangers DVDs. So getting this is actually really cool. Steelbooks are more of Satish Ram's thing. Satish Ram being a fellow podcaster, let's player that we bring on the channel, usually not for Keikaku Korner, but for a bunch of other stuff. He likes Steelbooks, but for video games. But he's also not a big Power Rangers fan, so this probably wouldn't interest him from the Power Rangers perspective. But from the Steelbook perspective, he'd be like, "Oh," like he'd be like, "Well, that sounds nice," and it
Right.
does. But what comes with it, right? And here's where I think that, in my opinion, I think people who own Power Ranger sets, because there's been other sets, I think they're not going to be that enticed. But I think for maybe some newer fans or for some fans that really didn't get in on the other Power Ranger sets at the time for some reason or another, this might interest them. But anyway, so there's a bunch of bonus features in the set. So there's Morphin Time, a look back at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with interviews featuring members of the cast and creative team. If it's a brand new bonus feature, that's awesome. The problem is that for me, the reason why I asked is because there have been a bunch of bonus features over the years. So sometimes I don't know if something's brand new or if it's repurposed from something else. Anyway, so there's also a more phenomenal cast. Casting director Katie Whalen and the cast recall what it took to become Power Rangers. Lord Zed's Monster Heads, cool. Alpha's Magical Christmas, that devalues the set. That review hasn't come out yet on our TG Productions channel, but that actually
No.
that devalues the set.
Oh no.
The Good, the Bad, and the Stupid, which I think was another special, not a Christmas one, but I don't think. The Fans Power Up, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fans remember the series. I guess they're getting famous fans because they didn't fucking call me. MMPR Karate Club, the White Ranger Kata, cool, and also Power Rangers Live, the World Tour. That's interesting because if they're taking the original, if there was an original Power Rangers Live, that's awesome. If it's the new Power Rangers Live, I mean, it's not the original Power Rangers, but at the same time, I think it is cool to have that live show on DVD in some form or another. Also, if I remember correctly, okay, so it says as a bonus, purchases made from Shout Factory's website will include a limited edition 18 by 24 lithograph featuring art by Paul Shipper. And the reason why they're doing this is because if you buy it through Amazon, I'm sure it'll be a little bit cheaper. So they're like, no, buy it through us and you'll get the lithograph. Please buy through us.
Right.
Instead of buying it through buying it through Amazon, where it'll be cheaper, and I'm sure Shout Factory will get a smaller cut than through their own website. Together, the package comes with 20 discs containing more than 60 hours of content and will cost $200. However, the Shout Factory website currently has the price marked down to $160. Again, probably trying to get people to not buy it off Amazon.
Right.
That's my take. That's not in the article itself. That will be posted in the description box below, by the way. And so it's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the complete series. So it's supposed to, in theory, be every single Power Rangers show ever made, perhaps? Well, because it's weird, because it says Mighty Morphin, so it makes me think it's not every single one.
Right.
Because the reason why it's like, Matt, why are you confused? Like, Matt, how old are you getting? Are you okay? Like, what, is everything doing fine? Well, the reason why is because of the fact that Shout Factory did release batches of like, oh, you can buy like, it was like the Ranger helmet, like Jason's original Red Ranger helmet, and in the helmet would be like, here are like the discs for like 8 seasons of Power Rangers, not just Mighty Morphin. So that's why I get a little, yes, that's why my brain's a little confused. It's like, oh, this is just the 60 episodes?
Right. Okay.
Or is it, when they say Mighty Morphin, are they also including, not Turbo, but are they including some of the other ones as well? Basically, like, are they including up to when they jumped to Turbo and we're like, yeah, all the cast is gone? Or technically Zeo? It's like, are they going up to Zeo, or is the last thing that they're doing the Alien Rangers, which were based off of Kaku Rangers, which were ninjas? So it's like, I don't know what this entails, because to you, Tristan, you're like, isn't Mighty Morphin Power Rangers everything? Where really, Power Rangers is the name of the entire brand. Mighty Morphin is really just the name of like the first few seasons.
Right. Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, isn't it just Mighty Morphin the first few seasons? Everything that encompassed Mighty Morphin, and that's it.
Then to me, it becomes less worth it, kind of.
Because you said that's only 60 episodes.
Well, they said more than 60 hours of content, which 60 episodes would be a lot. Plus all the bonus features, plus the one big thing, and this actually matters a lot in my opinion. The Steelbook, yes, okay, so now I can actually read this here, because it was getting lost in the shuffle. The Steelbook will include every episode of the original show on DVD, and this is the most important thing, a Blu-ray copy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. This marks the first time the 1995 film has been released on Blu-ray. So that's great.
Yeah.
However, if the film was released as a standalone Blu-ray, would it be more than $10?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe to some people it'd be $20. But would it be more than that? So basically my thought is, let's say we remove $20 from this. So now it's $120. Is the entire show worth, or the entire few seasons worth $120? Because I can bet you money that for $75 I can get you guys, and maybe that's, if it's 15 each. Actually, no, if it's 15 each, it's 15, 30, 45. Sorry, for $45, I can get you guys on DVD the entire series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first 3 seasons. So what this is encompassing. Right? Which actually, no, if it's, actually, wait a minute. Hold on a second. My brain's fried. If it's 60 hours, 60 episodes was Season 1. Season 2 had more than that. And if Season 3 is part of this, then Season 3 only had, I don't think it had that many episodes.
Right.
It's been a while, guys, so sorry that, my Power Rangers knowledge is kind of lacking. But my point here is that I can get you guys a few seasons of Power Rangers. Sure, they're not Steelbook, right? Sure, they don't have the Blu-ray edition, but they're definitely a lot cheaper than $160. Right. So I think for someone who never got on this collection boat like myself, I would be interested in this if I had the cash, but I don't. But if I didn't have the cash, I would be interested. I know for someone like you, you definitely wouldn't be interested.
It's funny. I know a friend of mine who would be.
Oh, send it over. Yeah. That's what I'll say. Yeah, share that article with them.
Right.
But and nothing against Power Rangers for you. It's just that you grew up with it a little bit here and there, but not enough that this kind of bleeds into you the same way that Star Wars and Dragon Ball Z does.
Right.
Because if you heard about a Dragon Ball Z Steelbook, where are your pants? Yeah. However, though, the problem, of course, would be, what if it was a Dragon Ball Z Steelbook, but it only had the Frieza saga? Would you be comfortable paying $160?
No.
I'm sorry, a Saiyan and Frieza saga. It's like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Well, because Saiyan and Frieza is like, what?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
70 episodes? No, it's more than that. Well, actually, 91. Because that's the one when Goku turned... When did Goku turn Super Saiyan? 91 or 101? We always have this conversation. We always forget.
I think it was...
No,
I
we
think
had this conversation.
Because then Trunks was 100-something, because we were looking through the DVDs at one time.
Yes! Yeah, Trunks was like 109?
Something like that,
Was that what it was? Yeah. So anyway, so if it went up to Trunks, so let's say it got everything including Garlic Jr. filler.
Oh.
If it got all that, would you pay $160 because it's a Steelbook?
No.
That's the thing, yeah. What if it came with the first 3 movies? That's what I'm saying, right? You know, like it gets harder, but it's still.
Yeah, right.
And even if they were like, but Tristan, the first movie or the first three movies have never been released on Blu-ray. Still, like it gets rough, you know. And even for me, it's getting rough. I'm trying to look up these the amount of episodes that are in the first. What I assume this would have the So let's see. Oh, by the way, if this comes with the pilots, I'd actually be kind of interested. I'll admit the pilots are fucking kick ass to get that on in a Steelbook set.
Yeah.
But actually looking at the amount of episodes here, it was 60. Yeah, 60 in the first season. Then season 2 had an additional, 52. Okay, so it's 102 right there, to be fair. Not 102, 112 right there, to be fair. And then 112, and then an additional 33. And so that's 145. And if we add in Alien Rangers, if Alien Rangers counts, then that's 155.
Right.
So if that's 155 episodes, that is a lot of content, I'll admit. It's more than half a DBZ, right? But still, it's just, I don't know. It just feels odd, especially with how long-running Power Rangers is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they'd have a Steelbook of every single season, right? But I think because they've released big legacy collections of all the other seasons, where it was like, oh, here, pay $200 for these seasons, or pay $300 for these, with this special thing or this special thing. I don't know if they're going to get that many people from the fandom buying this. Now, I know we have a lot of dedicated Power Rangers fans in the fandom, but I still feel like you might not get too many buying this.
Right.
Because of its heavy price point, and also because it is quite large.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think, I'm not saying there's going to be no buyers, but I think the high price point is also a way to ensure that if they're, like, maybe some people they thought weren't going to buy a lot of it anyway, so then they were like, well, you know what, let's try to recoup costs from, I don't know, it looks cool, right? You admit that it looks cool, Tristan, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm against it. Again, I actually would buy it if I had the cash, to be fair, but I'd buy it at $160, not at $200.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. Anyways, anything you want to say about this before we wrap up the show?
No, I mean, yeah, Power Rangers kind of passed me by, so it wasn't really me growing up with it, but it...
Yeah, but...
For someone who doesn't have the series on DVD already, it looks like a nice deal.
Right, but it's hard to, compare it to other shows as well, because you would feel odd paying for, 100 so episodes of, like, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And not the whole thing in a collection. Yeah. Granted, Power Rangers is so long that technically this is all of Mighty Morphin.
Right, yeah.
To be fair. But yeah, so either way, I mean, if you want to buy it, we'll have the link in the description box below. No kickbacks or anything like that. But yeah, if you want it, we can have it. Anyway, I feel like we ended the podcast on a nice note, Tristan. I don't know, maybe, I think we did. I feel like some people are going to be like, how dare they? And if so, comment below. We'd love to hear it. But anyway, so thank you all so much for listening in. Please remember to like and subscribe if you liked the video. If you liked all these different videos from this episode of Keikaku Corner. If you did like the videos, you can still like and subscribe either way. Also, check out our Those Guys Play YouTube channel as well. We have a bunch of different gaming videos there as well. We currently have Those Guys Play Season 4 running, and we also have Mappy's Games from his childhood, TG tutorials, What's in a Box, What's in a Cart. I mean, we have so many different shows on that channel that you guys can check out and support. Thank you all so much. We also have merchandise like the kind that I'm wearing right now that you actually can get over at our main website, tgproduction.net/merchandise, or over at our eBay, ebay.com/USR/ThoseGuysRadio. And also, do not forget, if you want to, if you like the podcast and you want to give a little bit more, and you also want something back from us as well, you can go check out our Patreon, which is patreon.com/tgproductions. We're editing some of the tiers, but right now I think the tiers are relatively fair, although we're editing some as well to make them even more fair for you guys. And depending on what tier you give to, you can either get us, you actually can pick topics for the show, so topics for us to talk about. You can actually do Q&As with us, both on this channel for Keikaku Corner, or if you want, for Those Guys Play as well. And I can feature those in different episodes of Matt Rants, which is also something that I do on Those Guys Play. And also, you can suggest different video ideas for us to do for podcasts. So it could be like a, top 5 Dragon Ball Z fights or something like that. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much. Love you all. Take care. And tune in next time for another episode of Keikaku Corner. So, see ya.